Okay, so I've decided to do this safely in 2 trips without just bombing and losing all my gear. I'm actually going to carry my pack above my head first over to the sandbar over here, and then come back and actually get the camera and the sleeping bag. So if I can keep the wind from blowing this off, I should have a pretty good video for you guys. It's either going to be shallow or it's going to be waist deep and really cold, and you're going to hear me. Okay, that water's freezing cold. Luckily it's only up to my waist. But so now fire becomes a priority along with building a shelter so I can dry out my clothes, stay warm, and stave off hypothermia tonight because it's going to get cold. This is going to be fun. There we go. Oh. I should have felt it out a little bit. That's still cold. That's on the nuts. God, that's really cold. This wind is not helping one bit either. Probably down, you know, I just stayed on the other side of the dry, but why not? Let's have some fun, right? Okay, now, take my gear up the hill. I'm half tempted to strip down to my, I do have a change of boxers. Well, firewood, that's for sure. Alright. Let's go get the rest of my gear and then I'll find a good place to camp. Alright, so as I'm tying up the camera here to the tree to film everything, not 10 feet away from me, a little red squirrel runs by. So definitely a good sign. Gonna put some squirrel traps out, maybe some figure 4 deadfalls, or just some noose traps on a string. But right now, I'm gonna start clearing out the shelter. I'm gonna leave the camera on so you guys can watch while I work. For the majority of this build, I'm gonna be using a machete and some, it's not 550 cord, it's similar to it. Wish I would have brought 550 cord because I had the inner strands, but make do with what you got, right? When I turned over that log, I actually found worms, and yeah, that's dinner tonight. Those right there, gonna cook them up, and eat them. I've never done this, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I was looking through my pack and Grandpa threw some lemon pepper in there, so we might spice them up a little bit, but I'm going to put them in my container that I have to boil water, keep them, so that way they don't run off on me while I'm still building my shelter. Alright guys, so I've got the basic frame of my shelter done. So it's just typical A-frame, as you can see. But having a good knowledge of knots and lashings, is a square lashing with some hitches and then a overhand knot, just keep it from sliding out. And then down here I was doing some cross lashing, diagonal lashing, and just using square knots just for ease and quickness. But I always recommend having a good wealth of knowledge of that. I've learned a lot of it in the Boy Scouts, learned some in aircrew flight equipment while I was in the Air Force. And did survival school, loved it. Worst, hell, best 3 weeks of my life. Right now, I've found some good long, decent sized limbs, small trees that are kind of flexible. I'm not really sure what they are. Hope it's not poison ivy or anything like that, because that's going to suck. Doesn't smell bad. And we shall see. Alright, hey guys, it's back. I was able to finish the shelter, the roof at least. Still a few holes in there. I'll continue to bolster it up tonight and tomorrow. But there it is. I'll lay under there. So, I've already saw the machete, which kind of an 18-ounce metal cup I can use to boil water in. I do have a flashlight, so I want to record some at night, but if you look, we still have the worms in there. My water bottle, about 2/3. I do have a headlamp for help to film, ease of filming at night. Now, I've eaten today, and I've got those worms, and might try and find some other food here in a little bit, but just in case, I do have these. You know, I know it's a survival camp out show, but I'm going to try and not use those, and only use what I catch out here. I do catch some fish. I love lemon pepper on them, so, you know, hey, you can hate me if you want, but oh well. So, rain poncho, that's if it starts raining, that way I can film while it's raining. I really don't intend to use that. And I got a spoon and a knife, so let's see here. Germ-X hand sanitizer, that's more for me. Right now I have pink eye. I'm on the tail end of it, so I have to do eye drops every 4 hours. And prefer to keep my hands clean when I do that. But toothbrush, toothpaste. In here I have some wet wind matches, and there's actually a little flint steel striker on the bottom here, and inside's a little flint steel sparker as well, kind of like a lighter. Now today I want to Today I'm going to go and show you guys, I've never used them, but I'm going to try these out, the Wet Fire. And we'll see how well those work out. Nothing else in the bag. I do have this camo cravat, but we're going to use that for something else. In here, I do have a first aid kit. I'm always prepared, always ready. My list of things to do today. This is my kind of my survival challenge to me. So, day 1, shelter, fire, A-frame, long fire length of the shelter, reflector on the other side of the fire. Any daylight left, we're going to start the fish trap. So, we'll see how we get when I start the fire, but the shelter is done. Next we're going to be on the fire. So tomorrow is we're working on the fish trap, squirrel traps. Look for some crawdads. We got to get firewood. Hopefully if I get something I can cook some lunch. Check the fish trap, bolster the shelter. I got the river for my water. Oh, another thing. Never used these, but they're Aquamira water purification tablets. We're going to try those. And then day 3, food, water, firewood, lunch, break camp, and hike back to Grandpa's. So those are that's just my challenge that I set out for me to do. But so all right. All right, perfect. Okay, so getting back into the top of the pack, I just have some charging cords for my camera, and I do have a solar battery pack that I picked up today. Pretty cool. It's actually charging right now. You can charge it with a USB port, or actually turn it over. On the back side there's a solar little solar panel that actually charges it slowly by the sun, which is cool. So let's see, here is that Mylar blanket, and on the inside is silver. My other knife, I always have 2 or 3 knives on me. Stocking cap, I know it's going to get cold. This little first aid survival kit thing I got from the Garden Aircrew Flight Equipment. They were getting rid of them, so I said, sure, why not, I'll take it. I do have gloves, and I wasn't dumb, I know it's going to get cold, so I've got a waffle thermal, and I'm actually sitting on my Gore-Tex jacket, which is wind and waterproof. They're amazing. And down below, socks.